In our modern age, the concept of awakening and enlightenment is becoming increasingly relevant. Many people are starting to question the status quo and explore the deeper meaning of life. They are realizing that there might be more to existence than what meets the eye. One significant challenge on the path of awakening is the resistance from those who have held power and influence for generations. These people and groups have a vested interest in maintaining the status quo, as it allows them to control the narrative and steer the destiny of humanity. They have created an illusion, often referred to as the Matrix, to keep us fixated on the material world and distract us from our true potential. But here is the key. The old systems of control use fear as a powerful tool to keep us divided, distracted, and dependent on them. This fear has been a potent weapon throughout history, used in wars, pandemics, economic crises, and social unrest. Fear keeps us in a state of spiritual slumber, unable to see the truth. Awakening is a profound shift in consciousness that challenges this established order. It's not just about intellectual realization. It's a deep knowing that we are more than just physical beings. We are spiritual beings having a human experience. This process requires us to confront our fears, question our beliefs, and embrace our true power. Every person is destined to eventually experience awakening, as the fundamental purpose and the driving force of the universe is the evolution of consciousness and the ultimate liberation from form. This profound awakening can only occur within the human embodied life, making a human existence an exceptionally precious opportunity. In every moment, there exists an opportunity, a choice, to either be fully present and engaged in life, or to become ensnared in the mental world of the past and future, a realm filled with judgments, opinions, and mental noise. Whether one attains awakening in their current lifetime or in a future incarnation depends on their approach to spirituality. If a burning desire to uncover the truth of one's being exists within, then through the right practices and orientations, awakening will inevitably manifest. Discovering truth must become your paramount focus, rather than being a mere pastime. Awakening is often catalyzed by unhappiness or sorrow in one's life. Suffering tends to prompt a search for answers and a desire to escape pain or depression. In a way, human suffering serves as the driving force behind the journey to awakening. Even those who appear to lead successful lives externally may still feel a sense of dissatisfaction or unease, though it might not be profound enough to trigger a spiritual quest. But you don't have to wait for adversity or calamity to strike to begin this process. Understanding the concept of awakening or enlightenment can be challenging, as it requires a shift in perspective from our everyday understanding of the world. This transformation requires letting go of our ego-driven habits and a willingness to embrace a deeper sense of awareness and connection with the universe and our true self. It can be described as the process of growing up spiritually. It is akin to entering a state of spiritual adolescence and signifies the transition from a self-centered life to a heart-centered or God-centered life. Essentially, it is a natural part of the evolutionary journey for every human being, moving from personal interest to an orientation that serves the greater good. Awakening is accessible to all of us, but not everyone is consciously aware of these transitional shifts or the initiatory opportunities they bring. This lack of awareness often results from our disconnection from our spiritual or heartful selves. When we restore this connection, we begin to honor, understand, and widely acknowledge these significant life transitions, much like in indigenous communities, where the link to spirit remains strong. Once you complete this profound transformation, everything will harmonize for you. You will find your resting place, your true home, where you can abide in peace. You will discover that there is an unchanging essence within you, regardless of external circumstances, and you will learn to hold on to this with unwavering certainty. However, within this carefully constructed illusion, there are pitfalls, and one of them is the trap of time. In our contemporary world, it seems like everyone is rushing about in pursuit of vague objectives, driven by uncertainty. We have become accustomed to the idea that everything should be quick and easily accessible. This mindset has permeated our search for enlightenment, where we often seek shortcuts, instant solutions, or a quick remedy to achieve instant enlightenment. But this approach doesn't work when it comes to awakening. There is no instant solution, no quick fix, no magic pill. The journey of enlightenment requires time, effort, and patience. It involves deep inner work and a willingness to confront our own shadows and limitations. We must be willing to look within ourselves, to face our fears and doubts, and to embrace the full spectrum of our own being. The journey to awakening is not a race or a competition. There is no destination to be reached, no finish line to cross. It is a journey of self-discovery and transformation that unfolds in its own time and in its own way. We must be patient, persistent, and committed to our own growth, trusting that the journey itself is the destination, and that every step we take is a step closer to the truth of who we are. Spiritual awakening is a personal choice, and everyone has their own pace and time to walk that path. It's not something that can be imposed on someone else. The most important thing is to respect each person's choices and decisions, allowing each person to find their own way. It is something that can only be attained by ourselves. Each one of us possesses the wisdom, knowledge, and power to lead ourselves to enlightenment. While we may seek guidance and support from others along the way, ultimately, this journey is deeply personal, and we must individually take responsibility for our own transformation. We are living in exceptional times where many people are awakening to the potential for this shift. It's a wonderful collective phenomenon unfolding around us, but for each of us, this experience is still unique. Many of us have been living our lives on autopilot, going through the motions without truly living. We have been conditioned to believe that happiness and fulfillment come from external sources such as wealth, success, and fame. However, true happiness and fulfillment come from within. Awakening as a journey of self-discovery and transformation can be both exciting and challenging. It has its ups and downs, challenges and breakthroughs. We must embrace the entire experience, even when it feels uncomfortable or uncertain. Trusting the process and having faith in our ability to navigate it with grace and wisdom is crucial. To awaken, we must cultivate a deeper connection with ourselves. Practices such as meditation, breathwork, yoga, chanting, or energy work can be incredibly beneficial on our journey towards spiritual awakening. However, you must be mindful that not all techniques will work for everyone. It is important to approach these techniques with discernment and to look at everything through our own filter. We should be open to learning from others, but we should also remember to trust our own inner wisdom and intuition. What works for one person may not work for another. Therefore, it is essential to experiment with different techniques to find what resonates with us. You have the wisdom, the knowledge, and the power to lead yourself to the path of enlightenment. And you must become your own guru. As William Blake once wrote, "I must create my own system, or be enslaved by another man's." You cannot rely on someone else to tell you what your purpose is, or what you should be doing with your life. You must create your own system, your own way of understanding the world, and your place in it. This can be a scary and daunting task, but it is also one of the most liberating things you can do. When you become your own guru, you take back control of your life. You stop looking outside of yourself for answers and start looking within. You start to trust your own intuition and your own inner voice. You start to make decisions based on what feels right to you, rather than what someone else tells you is the right thing to do. And as you continue on this path, you begin to awaken to a new way of being. You start to see the world in a different way, and you start to understand your place in it. You realize that you are not just a small, insignificant being in a vast and chaotic universe. You are a powerful and creative force. Those who benefit from the old paradigm will not relinquish their power willingly. They will use every tool at their disposal to maintain control, sow division, and keep humanity in a state of spiritual slumber. Every time when we choose love over fear, when we extend compassion instead of judgment, when we cooperate rather than compete, we are aligning ourselves with the energies of a more awakened world, and we are contributing to the shift in human consciousness.